Don't be saying that you said it's okay. You didn't say it's not okay.
If my views on it's okay to have sex with whoever you want to have sex with. I don't care if it feels good to you and it's safe and it doesn't involve chickens or kids, then we're good. um
Chickens, Lord, please.
I'm just saying, as long as chicken and children are out of the, are out of it, then I'm fine with whoever you have sex with. um i just I just think that if you are in trying to use the terminology cisgendered straight man and you have sex
Oh,
with a transgendered woman, you did not have sex with a woman. You had sex with a man who looks like a woman.
and that's okay.
And I know I'm gonna get some flack for that, but that's just the way I see it. I don't see it. If you want to live a different type of life and change yourself, that's fine. But let's just call it what it is. You slept with a man who looks like a woman, and you're okay with that, and that's fine. But in the end, because if I sleep with a transgendered man, I still slept. To me, I'm still sleeping with a chick.
Because that
I don't
I
see
know that chick on TikTok is really fighting real hard to make this possible. It is not possible.
right.
It is what it is because of anatomy.
Right. And to be honest, the way I see it, if I was to have sex with a transgendered man, I would see that as the same as having sex with a lesbian with a strap.
Well,
The
what if
only
that
difference
transgender
is,
man has a penis?
hold on. The only difference to me is, or maybe to the other person, is their lifestyle and how they live. The lesbian woman is okay with being a female, but she just doesn't like to sleep with men. The transgendered man did not like being a female, did not want to live life as a female. But to me, as the receiver, the person sleeping with him, to me in my head, I see y'all as the same thing. Y'all just two chicks, one with a enlarged clitoris and the other one with a plastic dingling. That's my perspective. Their perspective is different, but that's my perspective. So, and that's why I said sleeping with a transgender woman and sleeping with a man to me would be the same thing.
And this is whether they had a sex change or not.
Randy, even if you have a sex change, unless your clit was as long as Beltline or Mission Boulevard, you are not going to give me, you're not giving me the same as Wesley Pipes would be giving me. I don't care.
I'm just asking.
I'm
Next
just
at the
saying.
video then.
You can have, they can enlarge your clitoris and they can elongate it, but still you're giving me adolescence at that point.
Adolescent peen.
Yes.
What if they get the sex change and they make it into a old the old peen?
How?
They take them. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. They be taking the meat from the leg to be the skin on the shaft and whatever.
Brandy, ain't that much meat that you gonna give me unless we go into the Brazilian steakhouse. That's the only way you giving me that much meat when they keep coming to my table with some more meat.
Okay,
'Cause
it's fine later. It's fine.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
I mean, I seen some pictures of them. They're about the size of regular men's peen. Some of them.
Okay, we're talking an average man's peen, which is the average man's peen is 5 inches. You
No,
don't
I
want a 5 inch
bigger than
peen.
5 inches.
You're
I
still giving
look
me
bigger than five
adolescents with
inches.
a 5 inch peen.
I mean, there's some grown men with 5 inch peen out there too.
Right, and
Big
neither one of
ones.
us is sleeping with any of them.
I'm just saying.
And, and ladies and gentlemen, that's how we're gonna start our show this week. Thank you so much for joining us back. This is episode 58. We just dropped you in the middle of a conversation. Conversation is probably gonna get us in trouble, which we haven't
Always
been
gets us in trouble.
right. We haven't been in trouble in a couple weeks, so
Welcome back.
welcome back. Welcome back. So we're sorry for last week we weren't able to bring you a show. I was still in the process of moving. It was just a lot going on. So sorry for not being able to come to you with another episode, but we're here now. So welcome back to episode 58 of Black Coffee and Crime. Today we are going to talk about a very crazy Halloween murder in 1957 that actually involved an LGBT community member, which at 1957 that wasn't it, but now that's what we would say. So, this conversation kind of fits right in. But of course, Jacky is here. Brandy, you will hear the voice of Brandy W. She is not going to be on camera today, but you will hear her voice coming in and see Jacky's mini expressions. I know that's what you're here for. You're here for Jacky's expressions because that's what we are here for. We live. So thank you so much for joining us. All right. As always, we're going to begin with the church announcements. Church announcement. We don't know when the funeral is going to be, but Brother Colin Powell has departed and transitioned to the other side. He was the first Black Secretary of State, Joint Chief Staff, U.S. military, and he died of complications of COVID and cancer. Looks like he died.
And I'm not laughing at his death. I'm laughing at how Brandy announced his death. Please know that. I'm not laughing at his death.
What?
It's how she announced it because she told me she don't know when the funeral is.
Oh, we don't know when the funeral.
It just wasn't necessary.
Well, he just died. They ain't got the funeral already.
That's what I said. We don't know when the funeral. We don't know.
He got some money, so it probably ain't gonna lag out. Ain't gonna be no fish fries and
no. We don't need no t-shirt sales, no fish fry, no
car wash,
none of that. None of that. Brother had his stuff together. I'm curious. I'm quite sure with this administration, they will give him full honors as Secretary of State, as Joint Chief Staff. The last administration, I doubt he would have gotten that. But with this administration, I'm quite sure that they were going to go with the full pomp and circumstance that he is due. But yeah, he has passed on to the other side.
So, baby.
Pray for his family. I'm quite sure y'all watch for the funeral. Contact his family if y'all have some extra check sodas, Hawaiian rolls. He is from the South, so if y'all want to go ahead and take some Publix chicken over there and some potato salad. Now, don't be taking no bogus potato salad over there.
Because in Dallas, they don't have a Publix that I'm aware of, so we take Albertson's chicken. Albertson's or Kroger chicken.
They got decent chicken. Yes.
Kroger chicken's good, but Publix chicken is better.
It's better.
See, we don't have a Publix, so I don't know what the chicken is.
His family is from the Caribbean, so don't take no mess over there. Because they will talk about you, because Caribbean folk ain't got no problem talking about you. So that also means that the funeral is probably gonna be like 7 days long. It's gonna be about 7 days.
Long celebration.
Yes, celebration of life for General Colin Powell. All right. So any other announcements? Any news about those choir robes we had ordered?
No, just keep me in prayer since my body's under duress with illness. So y'all just keep me in your prayers.
Yes. All right. So those are the announcements as follows. Please govern yourself accordingly. Obey your ushers and always respect your pastor. All right. I cannot. I cannot. Our body is under duress.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we started, we were in the middle of a conversation and you heard transgender and stuff. Okay. So what we were talking about was the girl named Sidney Starr.
Sidney Starr.
A transgender reality personality person who has on social media said that she wants to have biologically produce a child. As a male-born person, she does not own a uterus.
It can't happen.
She can't carry the child, but she can, contribute to a child.
That's not what she's talking about.
Well, yeah, I also say I know she wants to physically carry a child. She cannot do that. But she can have a child.
But you guys do know
there so that she can find a doctor who's going to let her borrow a uterus, transplant or something. I don't even know how.
But you know that they have successfully transplanted a uterus into another woman, but they have transplanted.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if they got all the wires to hook up to carry to have a uterus. You ain't got the plugs and the wires.
I mean, they made a plug to give a transgender woman a penis.
Yeah, but I mean, we talking about plugs and wire. Where's it gonna come out?
That's not my concern, because where the baby came out of me was traumatic enough. So if that's what you want to go through to try to find an area, an opening, fissure, I don't know.
Like I said, I don't think the plugs and wires gonna match where it could. Even if she did have a sex change, she don't have a birth canal or nothing like that. She just has an outward version of a vagina.
But see,
she don't have it. It ain't. It's not hitting up against a cervix or nothing. So
we know that, but you also know that the transgender argument is always, I am still a woman no matter what. So there's lots of arguments from transgender folk, and I'm sorry, don't come for me because we're just having a conversation. If you disagree, you just disagree. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody's community, but a lot of transgender, you hear it quite often about,
so often,
especially transgender women, that yes, I am just, a womb or a uterus doesn't make you a woman, yet you want one.
Saying that because they take hormones, that's a replacement of emotions of going through period. Well, no, because you don't have a uterus. There's no lining dripping.
You do hear women say there are women of trans experience now. They don't just be like hollering,
What is
probably a 5%, because
what is the difference between saying that you're a transgender and of trans experience? What does that even mean?
That means that you're not biologically a woman.
Because I might have had a trans experience standing up trying to pee at a public bathroom.
I still ain't bastard that, but I'm gonna keep trying.
I mean, I have. Again, this is why I can say I had a trans experience. You just gotta tilt forward.
I can't
You just gotta tilt forward. That's all. Hold on, y'all.
My tilting mechanism is out.
You gotta poof it out. You gotta do like this.
You gotta like kind of straddle a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that ain't peeing standing up if I'm straddling.
It's not even straddling the whole bowl. You got to stand in front of the bowl, because straddling the whole bowl is tough, especially in a public bathroom, because they be stuck on the side.
Yeah, I mean like, like a little gap, and you just gotta.
Yeah, you gotta just kind of widen your hips. You gotta stand there, widen your hips, and propel your hips forward, your whole bottom half forward.
Maybe my tilted uterus got something to do with it. Maybe the whole junk is just tilted, just the whole mechanism.
Well, maybe you can talk to some people of trans experience and tell them how.
Well, they sit down after they get the surgery. Do you think they squat or sit down?
After the surgery?
Because I squat. I don't be messing around with these folks' toilets.
Well, I mean, if they honestly, if you don't have a penis, you're gonna sit down, because it's just too inconvenient to try to prove to somebody how you pee if ain't nobody there.
I think squatting is, that's a learned activity. You squat and go.
Well, I mean, I think peeing standing up is a learned activity, because when little kids use the bathroom, they squat. Or they stand there, even little boys, until they are taught to stand up and pee.
It's true. I was gonna tell you, Brandy, did you know how your mom used to pull up on the side of the road when we used to go on family trips?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, oh girl, I'm a professional.
Miss basically open that door, make a squat, and then grass. Give us some napkins at the thing.
Man, if I
But
had a
It was
pen,
gonna
you
be
couldn't tell me nothing. I'd be peeing. I'd be helicoptering that thing peeing.
okay, let's get full disclosure. Let me tell y'all a story. Full disclosure. This happened what, maybe 4 years ago, Brandy? Me and Brandy were traveling in Alabama from her
How
house.
long? But has it been? Yeah, because of
It's been
COVID. It
4 years.
has.
Um, to Birmingham. And for whatever reason, I had to go really, really bad. And I was holding it. If y'all have ever traveled in the country, it's no real place to stop. And we were coming from Huntsville to Birmingham, which we had to go through Coleman. Ain't no black people stopping in Coleman on purpose. So we just kept going, right? And there's a lot of little towns. And I'm familiar enough with the South not to want to stop. So we get to Birmingham, it's Sunday, there's not a lot going on, there's not a lot of open, and I had to pee. Like it was painful. So I don't know what building we were, but we were 2, 3 blocks away from, what's the name of the park, Rand?
Kelly Ingram Park.
We were 2 or 3 blocks away from Kelly Ingram Park, which is where the Children's March was in the 60s, and a couple blocks away from 16th Street Baptist Church. I pulled over to the side of the road on the wrong side of the street. We were in a Jeep. Brandy was in the passenger seat. I went around to the other side of the passenger seat. We opened the back door, the front door. Brandy scooted over, and I peed. I peed right there in Birmingham on the side of the street between the two doors, facing a building with all windows.
Girl, I peed in a
Did not,
drive-through 2 weeks ago.
and got on. You said in the drive-through?
Yes, 2 weeks ago. Man, I had to go. Lucky Greeks.
In Riverside?
Yes.
You made you seem like you was weak about it. Man, I peed on that park lot the other day.
In Arlington or on the east side, Brand?
On Arlington.
Oh my God.
Oh, bro.
I had to go, man. They wasn't letting you go inside, so I had to do what I had to do. I ain't getting out of drip on me too, because I'm a professional.
But had you been a transgender woman or man, you'd have been good because you'd have been able to project and be like. To me, that's one of the only experience. The advantages of having a penis is that you could just pee freely anywhere.
Anywhere.
I mean, that's pretty much it. Or if you
talent,
it's it's a learned talent. You gotta keep honing your skills as you get older, though.
Yeah, they start missing and shit.
You better mess around, had a line of pee all the way up your back. Pee defies gravity. Water typically does not flow upward, but pee is not the same. It flows upward, and you will have that shit right at the back of your neck. Like, how did I get this on my tag? Like, it goes up. So sorry. All right, so sorry. Those are just one of those conversations that most people on this show do not like because they say we just take it too far. And yes, we do.
We do.
That's what we do. So Jacky, you were also talking about a man and a wife who had a boyfriend. The man and the wife had the same boyfriend. And the boyfriend got the wife pregnant, and the husband decided he was going to out the wife for getting pregnant by the sneaky link.
Yeah, so by posting their baby shower invitation, and the exact words were, I don't know if maybe he thought he did something. I don't know.
Wait a minute, was this the baby shower that says that was like a car theme?
Yes.
Oh,
you didn't read it?
Yeah, but I didn't know what it was about because people were like, I want to go. But I was like, why do you want to go to baby shower?
It says, congratulations to my wife and her boyfriend on our baby. Team girls, I always wanted a daughter. I want my divorce papers ASAP. And then he put, where's it at? Oh, okay.
My thing is, why you upset though?
Because he didn't get him pregnant. The husband wanted the sneaky link to get him pregnant too. That's probably why
I
he
saw
wasn't
something
gonna
where
have
he
it.
put our. Okay, here it is. When she make a baby with our sneaky link, and it was red flags.
Then
First of all,
he's
the
a red
red
flag
flag
too, though.
wasn't the red flag wasn't her getting pregnant. The red flag is both of y'all having the same sneaky link.
He acting like he wanted to slink. He wasn't this sneaky link, sneaky link.
And then, but the guy he's still denying that he was sleeping with him, but the the woman kind of pretty much like outed it, like, like, why are you worried about what we doing? That's over, that's y'all. So it's kind of like she told it, but the other guy is saying like it's not true.
So the sneaky link is saying that he never slept with the husband.
But the wife is kind of outing it out like he did by some of her word choices. Some of her word choices, like, hey, that's between y'all, or y'all need to discuss that. When you indicate as in they need to have a discussion instead of addressing the fact that he's saying noise about you, that leads to me to believe that y'all are doing that. They're talking.
I just don't know how open I would be about, first of all, my husband, anything happening in the bedroom like that, like the third person. And then my husband sleeping with a man. Now, again, however you have sex is however you have it. If it's good to you and it doesn't involve children or chickens, then we're good. But still, I'm not sure that I would be okay with just putting it out there that my husband sleeps with a dude. Like and we sleep.
It's just
What happened? Hold on. Something happened over there on your side, Jacky. That doesn't make it.
so Jenny. I don't know if y'all saw that red can shoot over here really quickly.
Mhm.
It was Jenny's Red Bull, so she saw me. I was trying to
You were drinking your assistant's, your fact checkers Red Bull.
Yeah, I was trying to be sneaky, but she caught me. That's
You
pretty
trying
much
to be
what
a
happened.
sneaky link?
I was trying to steal you.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't found the Wise page yet. I'm trying to get linked to it, but he didn't link. It's not even freaking where on here.
So I did see that flyer on Facebook. It was on a group called Down the Rabbit Hole or something, and I didn't understand the context of it. I said, "This is a really cute idea," because it had like a racing flag, and it was like and hair bows, like big pretty bows, and it had a boy and a girl. So I guess they don't know the gender yet. And people were like, "I want to go. I'm willing to go buy tickets just so I can go to this baby shower." But I didn't know the context of it. I just didn't. I didn't know that we had sneaky links in
Yeah. One of the girls, she wrote. One of the people wrote on the page because I'm looking on Keenan. Keenan is the one who is the sneaky link for both of them.
But the baby daddy.
Tamara is the woman. And
Uh-huh.
then you got Trevon, who is the guy who did all this. So it says, so basically Trevon saved his wife almost 10 years ago, moved her away so they could be in a poly relationship, in which they got exposed to doing more of the 2 men, 1 woman type poly relationship. They said another word I'm not going to use. It says, but come to find out, his wife knew he was bi before they got together. He caught her cash apping a man. He put his hands on her and got sent to jail for 4 months. He's saying he didn't really do nothing but pin her down, but you had to do something if you got.
Was it his man?
No, that wasn't this man. It was another
No, but I'm
man.
saying, is that why he got mad? Because it was his man and she was cash apping?
Could be. Could have been, baby. Could have been. And in the mix.
That we're talking about LGBTQ issues right now in our stories about, because that's crazy. We didn't plan
It's
this.
crazy. Shut up.
Because the main story involves something very similar to this.
Yes, and then we have two stories out of nowhere. Wow, that's
Hmm.
interesting. Hmm. So it says while he was in jail, she moved in another man into the house for them to be together. However, when he got out of jail, she decided that maybe it's best that they don't mess around. All of them don't be together or whatever. But everyone was still sleeping with everyone, and now she's pregnant by the other man.
Hmm. So
And the
Trayvon is
sister,
really
and the sister who
upset.
made the flyer said that her sister is slow and not fully developed, but that's a lie. That's a lie because she was
Baby, if
posting on her own
she's
page.
slow, I would hate to see what happens if she is in full possession of all her faculties. Because if she got Trayvon and Larry or whatever his name is traveling behind her, then and she ain't got all her marbles in the bag, then what happens if she did? Hmm. Okay. Okay. Now I want to go to the baby shower. What kind of? I think
Everybody want to go.
at the
They
bottom
got
it
some
said if
good
you think
food at
it's a
that baby
boy.
shower.
At the bottom of the flyer it says if you think it's a boy, send wipes, and if you think it's a girl, send diapers. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and send some wipes over there.
I just know the food gonna be banging.
Oh yeah, that baby shark food about to be good. Them those
Mm-hmm.
meatballs and the deviled eggs.
It. Baby, the
Because
meatballs is it.
y'all don't know about baby shower food. Is baby shower food goes in levels. So first baby, unwed mother baby shower, food is fire. If they married and they planned a baby, they gonna have it catered and that food ain't gonna be no good. The cake gonna be good, but the food ain't about nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the baby that comes, if you got a baby that comes about 18 years after your last baby, that food gonna be good too. Because that's when you're gonna have some greens and some macaroni and cheese and a roast and a lot of liquor because you don't even want
Got
to
a
have a baby in the
roast,
first place.
a
Yeah, you
whole
got a roast.
roast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, girl. You ain't worried about nothing. You just want to eat good. You ain't even trying to look cute.
Oh, I know that, but I hadn't even seen. I've never
You
seen a
forgot
roast. I
unwed
seen the
baby daddy locked
meatballs,
up.
wings, sliders, um, cupcakes,
But
cookies.
what
Oh,
baby
those
was it
chocolate
though?
dipped apples now. You get the chocolate
Oh,
dipped apple, pretzel,
like the
everything dipped in
fondue.
chocolate.
But what
Yeah.
baby was it though? Was it first, second baby?
Normally it's about the first or second baby.
Okay, yeah, that's why the food was
Was
good.
baby daddy locked up or is he free?
He free. They re-
Oh.
Because all this matters.
they've been
All of this
free.
matters.
Okay,
Now, has he ever been
let's
locked up?
analyze my last baby shower I went to.
Okay.
Okay, it was located in the south in this recreation center, a little area. Not recreation, a building, a full
South
building.
Dallas? Okay. All right. All right. All right. Okay. I'm with you.
Uh it wasn't that great looking on the outside, but on the inside they decorated very nice.
Okay.
The food was tacos. It was a taco themed baby shower. She had the chocolate dipped apples, chocolate dipped everything, all that stuff. And she had games, but she had the apples that looked like they were dipped in glass, that hard. I'm like, what we
So
do?
she had a pretty baby shower.
It was pretty. It was hot. It was hot as hell in there, but it was pretty.
Oh, okay. What are the circumstances with the couple? Are they together, or are they still a couple, or are they not together but they're over there for the baby?
At the time of the actual baby shower,
Uh huh.
they were kind of like not really together, kind of together, but not really type thing,
That's why the food was good. That's why the food was good. I'm gonna steal this. I'm gonna steal this phrase from Brandy.
and
No
and
facts.
this is
If
someone I'm
the
really, yeah,
if the
they weren't
couple
that good.
if there's tension between the couple of some sort, like they not together right now, or he's locked up, or even if he got a wife, if there's some sort of tension between the couple, the food is gonna be fire.
Why is it?
Because everybody want to come together and make it special for you, and everybody want to be there to see what happens. So the food gonna be good. But if the couple is good and they married and they planned the baby, and this is like baby number 3, and they planned it and everything, it's gonna be nice and decorations are gonna be just so. Food ain't gonna be worth shit, but the cake,
Y'all are
the
crazy.
cake at that baby shower is the showstopper. But the food ain't gonna be worth it now. So you show up about 2 hours after it starts so you can get some cake and give your gift. That's it. But one of the baby shower, you know.
I think the baby showers I've been where the people were still together, it hasn't been many. Let me say that.
And just a single mom period where the daddy's not there.
You right. That food was nasty as hell. And I was like, what the shit is this? I ate like 50 cupcakes. They were good.
Well, if you would have went to the single baby shower, you would have had some peach cobbler and some other stuff.
Mm-hmm. And that's spaghetti salad.
They just get the cupcakes for the kids.
Yeah. Them single mama baby showers is where you get that spaghetti salad from. And that spaghetti salad hits every.
What the hell is a spaghetti salad?
You never had spaghetti salad? Girl,
No.
we need to find somebody who's gonna have a baby. We need to go.
Go ahead, Brand.
You do spaghetti salad.
You go ahead and do it for us. You go ahead and do it for us, Brand, because I can't
do what?
Get pregnant so we can have a baby shower.
Girl, I'm about to give my uterus to Sidney Starr. What the fuck y'all talking about?
What's spaghetti salad?
I ain't got no uterus no more. I ain't got no pots.
Well,
so and mine's a clip, burnt, thrown in the trash down the street. They kicked all that. Ain't gonna
now,
be nothing
you might be the one, Jacky, because your optics is looking like you might have the best food. You got the right optics.
She ran that wrong for that. Wrong.
Those are the facts.
Yeah, you gonna have some fire food at this point. At this point, the food at your baby shower,
whoever
will be fire.
Your food gonna be so good. I'm hopping on a plane for the food. I give you a gift, but I'm there for the food.
You know what? If it was me, to be honest, we would have some good cake. We would have some good food too, because I'm at the stage right now. If it happened to me, I just want to eat good. Cause
y'all know what I know. Me and my baby daddy wouldn't be together. There's no possible way it can happen. Tell you that much right now.
Maybe you
just say if you really knew. So
then that's where the sneaky link comes in place. That's where the sneaky link comes in place, and that means you don't have the best baby shower food.
You better not have no baby by the sneaky link. Ooh.
She gonna have a couple slabs of ribs.
It's gonna be fire.
And some brisket.
Right.
You pay for it. My sneaky link will pay for it.
Oh, Brisket Savage.
You would.
I'm gonna have spaghetti salad, deviled eggs, the little smokies with the barbecue sauce, the meatballs. I'm gonna have one of them lemon cakes that I just posted on my Instagram.
Yeah. Do y'all know they put a little grape jelly in those meatballs?
Yes.
Yep, they do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why, but
whatever it does,
thank you.
It's what it's supposed to give.
Thank you. Yeah,
I think it's the shine because you get that little shine that's on the meatball. That's what it do. Mm-hmm. And then you put the meatball inside the Hawaiian roll. Y'all know.
And let the Hawaiian roll touch the potato salad. Girl.
Listen, my sister-in-law's birthday was the other day, and she had a surprise dinner, and I didn't even ask who made the potato salad. I just got the potato salad, and I dipped, and I looked at it, and her mom was next to me. I said, "You made it. You made it." She was like, "Yeah." I said, "I'm gonna need another scoop." And she said, "And I made the beans." So she made the baked beans and the potato salad. So they go together. Yeah,
that's what I dip in my. That's what I do. I dip my hot dog bread in.
Yeah, that's fat. That's bad. I do that.
Mhm.
Why don't you just go ahead and put the potato salad on the hot dog
On the
with
hot
the
dog.
sprinkling of beans?
We're gonna
Ain't no
stop.
shame. Put your hand down, girl.
We're gonna stop because we're gonna talk about everything but this last story. And people gonna be mad. Because we ain't never gonna get to it. No.
Folks gonna be complaining.
You guys never get to the story, and
You take forever.
this is why I don't like your show, because you never get to the story. Well,
Think
don't.
so?
We'll get to it next time. All right, so
Ooh,
we're gonna move along, and I'm quite sure we have some more shenanigans in a minute. All right, so this story again involves like a secondary lesbian, not lover, something else, something murder for hire. It's the weirdest damn story ever. So this is a Halloween story, and in the month of October, that's what we're doing. All right. So we're going all the way back to 1957. Okay. So we know in 1957, most of Western society, and as far as we're concerned, being gay, especially, it was illegal. Okay, being gay was illegal. You would, if you got outed, you would be ostracized, jailed, beaten, killed, all of that. Things like that still happen today, but not as much. But it definitely 1957. This is post-war America, and it just didn't happen. It happened, but it happened behind closed doors. Of course, you had different kinds of clubs, and people would have parties and all of these things, but being gay was just not the thing. You had, if you were a man, then you were called a confirmed bachelor, or you had friends. You know, that's his friend. Or even the women, they had friends, they had companions. Brandy, the is it the governor in Alabama? What her name is?
Hmm?
What's your governor name?
Oh, Mima Ivy.
Yes. She It's suspected, because I'm gonna say that because I don't want to get in trouble. It's suspected that she has a companion, but it's suspected that that companion is also her life partner. And I think that goes back to like a very old way of like trying to openly hide
Like,
your
what's his name
sexuality.
from the FBI? What's his name?
J.
Hoover.
Edgar Hoover,
He had him a friend.
same thing. Clyde Tolson, but see, with Clyde Tolson and J. Edgar Hoover, everyone knew that that was his life partner and his lover. It was never a secret. You didn't talk about it because it was J. Edgar Hoover. And he did have parties. He was a cross dresser. Clyde Tolson was his assistant director of the FBI. When Hoover died, he left everything to Clyde Tolson. Even his private FBI papers he left in the possession of Clyde Tolson. So again, everyone knows or knew that they were gay, knew that they were openly living together, but you just didn't say it because just to say it was taboo. Yeah, the hint of it was taboo, even though everyone knew it. So in 1957, this guy, Peter Fabiano, was a hairstylist. And he lived in suburb of Los Angeles, like one of the valley suburbs of LA. He was married to a woman named Betty, a beautiful woman, kind of like a bombshell woman, you know what I mean? And kind of, if you see Peter, you kind of wonder, like, how did he get her? How did
He was a hardworking man. That's how he got her.
But at first glance, you would say, I don't even know why we're doing this with Brady. Like, why? Why? I don't even understand.
Don't act like you don't know.
So it's just because he was a hardworking man.
Girl,
So
he was a hardworking man. He kept a job.
So if you see a beautiful woman with an unattractive man, it's because he's hardworking.
He's a hardworking man. Like I said, he kept a job. He done crossed over into different types of jobs to keep a job.
Yes. Well, Peter apparently was. Don't even laugh at her, Jacky. Like, don't. Peter was definitely a hardworking man. He was a former military.
See?
That's a
Why?
good argument. Good one.
Don't co-sign with this one. Don't co-sign. So anyway, they met in the 40s and they lived in New York at the time and then they moved to LA. Now, traditionally men were the ones that were hairdressers. So a man being a hairdresser in the 50s wasn't unknown or anything like that. Traditionally, that was a male profession. Um, but of course, there's lots of people coming in and out of his salon. There's a lot of people who's going to meet, and his wife being a beautiful woman, she's going to meet a lot of people. One of the people that she met was this woman named Joan. Um, Joan was,
Butch.
to say it politely, a butch or a stud, what we would say nowadays. But back in the day, they used to call him a butch
I'm
or
talking as if I was in
I don't think white
1954.
people say stud.
Yeah, they
Why
don't
do you
say
say
that.
that?
They say Butch.
They say
That's
butch.
true.
We say stud.
Yeah. And Brandy, don't you dare say that other word. Please, please, for the love of God, do not say that other word.
I wasn't going to, but I kind of said it in my head.
Yes, say it in your head, but do not utter it out loud.
What's the other word?
No, Jackie, we are not.
We'll
Um,
tell you afterwards.
go ahead and text it to her, but do not say the word. So she was Butch. But her and Joan and Betty became like really good friends or whatever. She was looking for work. That's how they met. She came to the salon and they were looking for work. Um, as time goes by, the marriage between Peter and Betty starts to kind of, have some cracks and it crumbles. So because they're great friends, Betty moves in with Joan. Well, Joan kind of develops some feelings for Betty.
Feelings.
Unrequited. So as far as we know, what's written is unrequited, but I don't know if maybe there was something going on there. But she did have a strange fascination for her, so they were in some sort of relationship. Um,
I think she was, but we'll talk about it later.
okay, so in this article that I'm reading on medium.com, it says that the LA Times article described them as having an abnormal relationship, which in the 1950s was a code for homosexual. So they did have an abnormal relationship, which means they were in a lesbian relationship with each other. But at some point, Betty says, "You know what? I want my man. I want my man back.
I want him now.
I want him now. He's mine. I want him now."
Now
So
I seen something when I was researching this story that they had it in one article, but didn't have it in the other. One article said that Betty had told old girl that Peter was beating the hell out of her and was mean and whatever. The other article just said that they just separated and old girl just started living with her.
right,
So I don't know if the whole which it changes it changes the optics of the story if
right,
Betty had told her that Peter was beating the hell out of her.
right. But it also in another article, and also in a documentary that I watched years ago about this, we haven't gotten to this part yet, but the third person involved in this murder, Joan told her that
Yeah,
Peter was
yeah.
beating Betty. So that's how this third person got involved in this murder for hire thing, was because Joan was telling the third person that Peter is
Betty had
beating
told
on
her.
Betty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why he needs to go. Well, the third person never knew Peter. So this is what I don't get about murder for hire. Like, you want me to kill somebody that I don't know for something that I can't
She was
cooperate
hired and
for.
didn't get paid. She did it out of her own free will. Like, it wasn't no exchange of money or nothing. It was just like I said, Brand, I need you to go take care of Peter because I just need you to take care of him. And you say, you know what? I'll go over there and handle Peter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nah.
In
Just
which,
really him.
okay.
I don't even want to go to your house and water your plants while your husband's at home. So I'm definitely not gonna go just freely go in the house. So
Odd.
in the same year, 1957, Betty goes back and moves back in with Peter. They reconcile or whatever. Um, it says that part of their reconciliation was that Betty agreed not to see Joan anymore. So that
Mm-hmm.
leads you to believe that during their reconciliation, Betty and Joan were still having their relationship. So
Yep,
when we're
yep.
talking about Trayvon and Tamara and whoever that dude is, they were all in some sort of triad where,
And I
Betty.
have no problem with him asking Betty not
Exactly. Exactly. Like, because that would be a condition for me. Like, if you want to make this right with me, you have to leave her alone. Like, you
Yep.
cannot do this to both of us. So Betty was still straddling the fence. She was still going over there with Joan. And the bad part of it is that Joan was their family friend. So she was in their family. Like, she was a good friend of, supposedly a good friend to them. So um Joan, the sneaky link, meets another homosexual woman named Goldine Pizer or Pizzer. Goldine, y'all. Goldine. Anybody with a name like Goldine means business. So they kind of
Goldie.
click as two butch women living in Los Angeles. They have similar interests, of course. Um, but Goldine was married, which happened. You would get married because that's what you were supposed to do. You got married, but you were unhappy. But she was okay with being with Joan. Um, but she was divorced. She had gotten married, but she was divorced. Her husband was a naval officer. So they're talking, they're having their morning coffee or whatever, and they're talking, and Jones, I'm speculating, Jones says, I want you to kill my girlfriend's husband.
You don't like that name.
Right. And I'm quite sure Goldie was like, well, why? He's beating her. Now, if y'all have watched any episodes of Snapped, Evil Lives Here, American Monster, any show like that, the one thing that you can get to say, one thing that you can say to get somebody to murder your husband is he beats her or he beats me. And that is like a theme that you see throughout all kinds of true crime stories, is that the wife told the teenage boy, my husband beats me, and they have sympathy, and then they go and kill the husband. And the whole time the husband doesn't have a clue of what's going on.
Nope.
So Goldine, and this is quoted, Goldine says that, like Randy, like you said, Goldine says, I had no motive personally. Whatever motive I had was to please Joan. I was
Mm-hmm.
always easily influenced. I have been impressionable and always trusting.
Mm-mm.
I find that to be a
Mm-mm.
cop out. I find that to be a cop out because you're saying that I'm so gullible that I've always
See,
been like this. So I'm always willing to please people. This time, I'm just willing to do this to please Joan. I think she
that
wanted
doesn't matter.
sympathy.
That don't even count when it comes to murder.
Right.
That don't count.
But that's why I'm saying
It's
it seems
not
like a
right
cop
or
out
wrong.
because
No right
she,
or
or I personally thought, I'm like, does she have a thing for Joan?
yeah,
Goldie?
She
Yes.
had a Joan thing for Joan
was
too. I'm talking about on a relationship level, and I think she did whatever it took to please her because she thought it would help them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Joan
But
overpowering, but she definitely was messing with Joan.
yes, it says that
Definitely.
Joan seduced her on purpose in order to get her to do this. But what I'm saying is, on Goldine's part, is that her saying that I have always been impressionable and always trusting. It's, to me, it's kind of like a cop out. It's kind of like saying, well, this is my normal behavior, and it's to kind of to draw some sort of empathy from the
Yeah.
public or whatever. Like, this woman seduced me into this. I was a married woman. I was married. Joan wasn't married at all. But she could say, I was married. I thought this woman was my friend, and she seduced me into doing this. And I just wanted to please my friend.
A girl had red hair like Betty too.
A Goldie?
Hmm.
Nope. So Betty was a vivacious redhead.
She was the replacement that the Glodine
Right.
was.
So that's some sort of psychological thing with Joan in Redheads, and that she would choose someone that looked like enough like Betty so she could make that substitute. So basically, Halloween night, Peter, it's Halloween night and it's 1957. So in the 50s, there was no such thing as a serial killer in the 1950s. Of course, you had the telephone stalkers and a murderer every now and then, but nothing enough to make you scared to open your door, especially on Halloween. It's like 11 o'clock at night, so long after all the Halloween goers should be asleep, there's a knock at the door. Peter says something to the fact of, don't you think it's a little late? Something to paraphrase.
It's a lot late.
Don't you think it's a little late or something? And the voice on the other end, side of the door says, I don't think so, or something like that. Draws a .38 revolver and shoots him.
It was through a bag too.
Yeah.
Just think about this in 1950. Them trick-or-treaters had been gone. If a kid now, as late as we stay up, came to our house at 11, I'm not even opening the door. I'm talking through the door.
Right. I'm not even talking through the door. I'm not answering at 11 o'clock. On Halloween, I have stopped giving out Halloween candy. I turn my lights off. I don't do it. But again, this is 1957. So 1957, you would typically open your door at any time of night. I mean, you probably didn't even lock your doors in most places. If you recall us when we talked about Richard Ramirez, that was 1988. We weren't locking our doors in 1988. Richard Ramirez is who made us lock our doors. So you're talking.
I think our doors are still locked.
In 1988?
Before 1988. But maybe we might have lived in some places where you needed to lock the door.
Well, you know what? We were locking the doors, but I can say that most of the time during the waking hours of the day.
The door might have been unlocked. I can't remember.
Nowadays, you come in, you lock all the doors, all the locks.
No.
All the locks. You gotta unlock 17 things to go take the trash out. But back in our day, during the waking hours from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. until from sun up to sundown, the door was unlocked.
And you left your windows open all day, all night.
Just because you running in and out of the house. I know we ran in and out of the house. My mom kept the door unlocked. The windows were up at night.
The back door open all the time. Your front door might be locked. You left the back door open for the kids, or we could go through the back door. So that was, he opened the door. She used a .38 Smith & Wesson. And she kind of stalked the home. She had on a superhero mask. So she had like on a Superman, Batman thing that went like right here.
And I laughed at that part because I was like, them things ain't no real disguise.
Right.
But in movies back then, like Batman and Robin, all them movies, it's like, oh, I don't know who that is. I don't recognize that person. They have a mask on. So that part made me laugh, thinking
so how many times did she shoot Peter?
One time with an old shaky hand and a gun in a bag.
Yeah. So he didn't die at the scene. He was transported to a hospital and he died at the hospital. It took them 2 weeks to find the gun. They found the gun.
That was stupid anyway, because she put the gun in a locker, but she put the locker in her name.
Right. Do you remember? Because it says here that she left it in a Bullock's department store. You remember Bullock's, Brandy?
Bullock's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that name in years. It's crazy that that's where she left it. It was just like a big department store.
But I think what Joan did to her was jacked up. Is Joan gonna say, "Don't ever contact me again"? This girl done went and killed this person, and the reason she got caught with the gun is because she was like, "Oh, I forgot to ask Joan what do I do with the gun. I can't call her anymore," and so she done went and put that gun in the thing. I'd have called Joan up and like, "You need to come get this gun, girl."
But do you think that's part of like the 1950s innocence, gullibility?
Well, yeah,
not
because
any
she
type
wasn't a
of.
real killer. She didn't have that type of mind. Joan should have took the gun. Joan was the one that had seduced this girl with the red hair and everything, to go and kill this man for
So,
her.
do you think this would have happened differently if it happened now?
Yeah.
Y'all, okay. Go. The reason why I'm going to say this person. I don't know how it's been popping up on my news on my TikTok, but have y'all seen something on Daddy's Girls? It's a
Mm-mm.
cult.
I heard about all these women are following a lesbian woman.
Right. Now, what the funny thing is, I've been hearing this since I began TikTok. And I just kind of brushed it off, like whatever. I saw some of the women who idolize her and call her God and pray to her. I saw some of them and I still kind of like, oh,
Have you
okay.
seen the dad?
But
The
I have fell
daddy?
down a rabbit hole, baby. And these women are literally doing whatever she wants, including cutting themselves 150 times if they don't do what they're supposed to do, because she has them on rules and guidelines that they
And she
must
probably
obey by.
barely middle class.
She used to
Talking
be
about
plus
that.
size.
Who
She used to
is
be
she?
plus
Is
size.
there a picture of this person?
She has a whole TikTok.
Send it to
I'm gonna have
me.
to send y'all. If y'all want to come down the hole with me,
I want to fall down the rabbit hole.
you
I'm
will
willing to
fall.
go.
I was up for 2 hours watching Daddy's Girls videos, trying to
I'm
get an
willing to go down the hole.
understanding.
This is my thing. If you middle class, at this point, Jesus already exposed himself, and we already know who he is. So he ain't got to be a carpenter no more. Working every day type job. Now, if you a middle class, Jesus, God, I can't mess with you because you've already been exposed as the son of God. So you live it.
It's crazy.
Like you got money now. Like you got the penthouse in the
This
sky.
girl has
I'm
nothing.
not about to be following you and you living in a ranch
Don't nobody know what's
house in a
all her TikTok videos. This is the crazy part. All her TikTok videos are in one spot of her house, one little bitty space,
see that's
and it's
messed up
just
right now. That's
these
messed
girls
up.
are getting tattoos of her name. They don't even know her. They've
I'm
never
gonna go
seen
and
her.
look right now
They
on
haven't.
TikTok.
Jesus lives in a ranch style
Look up
house.
Daddy's
A guy
Girls.
lives in a ranch style house and has a small little room.
No, she ain't got all that.
TikTok.
She a basic female. And these women are tattooing her name on them.
Have
In a
they
ranch
Now,
actually met
style
her?
house.
no, no one has. The theory is that because she used to be plus size and maybe as a revenge thing on plus size women, because she only is interested in plus size women, no other type of women. If you're too small, I have seen her reject women because they're too small. It's
Not
only
my Lord and personal Savior.
Is this the person is called? Oh, Daddy's
Angela.
so cold.
Her name is Angela.
So if they kill somebody, they gonna give the same excuse as Goldie.
Is Angela?
Yeah, I think they would. They are in denial.
What does she look
If you
like?
live in a whole nother state and this woman has that kind of power over your life, yes, they would. They're
Is she the
crazy.
one with the weird colored eyes?
Yes.
She not
Is she
fine.
ugly? Is she ugly?
She not fine.
No, she's not
Oh,
fine.
First of
She
all, let
just
me tell
looks
you something.
Jesus is fine. He ain't
I
looking like
am I am very, very, very much a heterosexual
yeah.
woman. Very much in love with men. But there have been times where I've seen a black woman. Now this is the only place that this applies. And I'm sorry if you're not black, a black woman. I'm sorry if you feel left out. But I've seen some black women that I'm like, like,
That
this
ain't
ain't
her.
it. This ain't
That
it.
ain't her.
yeah. I don't believe Jesus is ugly.
Right,
God
I'm
is
gonna
ugly.
send you.
So if you
Think
around here
but
ugly, you ain't the
but
one.
when you look for it, just put in Daddy's Girls because it's gonna take you
I'm
everywhere you
gonna
need to
send
go.
Brandy one of her uh uh
Girl,
See her optics is bad. That's why I wouldn't be able to accept her as nothing. You lived in a ranch style house looking ugly.
or you can look up Daddy's Girls cult. Those are the videos about it.
yes. It's
I looked
not
up
it's
Daddy's
not
Girls
And
cute.
Jesus
cult.
wasn't no plus size because he was out there working before he exposed
Why are we
himself. He
still
was a
talking
hard
about
working man.
Jesus? Why are we still talking about Jesus?
He was a hard working man.
Why are we still talking about Jesus?
I'm just saying.
We not talking about Jesus.
We
My
know
Lord
he ain't.
and
They ain't.
Savior.
She ain't.
But see,
They.
you know what?
They.
When it comes to
There's
these
a
cults like
video
this,
of the girl praying
these
to her.
these sex cults, it's always a very average looking person that does this. And you're like, what?
I was
Like
just in total shock.
you think
I was
about
like, how'd you
Joan.
get? And here I am posting on the video. I'm like, okay, girl, I see you. She has a
So
whole cult. She owns a
Daddy's
cult.
girl is a woman. I mean, a black
Yes.
woman
Yes.
She
with a
used to be
bad
a
wig.
plus. She used to be plus size, but she lost a lot of weight.
I just sent it to you, Brandy.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking at her. If she
And it's
supposed to be
just
God, she need to be having a better wig on. She wouldn't even be wearing that wig if she was God because it'd be coming out of her head for real.
no, she got long hair too.
Well, that wig is horrible.
Is um I don't know. I don't know. I just find it very odd and very strange
That is always an
that these
average looking
women,
person.
I'm talking about tattoos. She got them cutting themselves. If they're not at home, they have to be up by 9 o'clock, be at home by 5 or 6 p.m. They have to make a video every day, kind of like praising her, like I'm a daddy's girl type thing. Like she gave them rules. If they don't obey by the rules, they have to cut themselves. Now, of course, she gonna say it's not true. But anytime you don't address somebody calling you a god, she is in the video calling her a god.
Mm-mm. The last days.
Mm. And
Last
they
day.
never met her.
And true enough, the woman looks a little slow, but still,
Mm.
she is my god. I'm gonna see if I can play the video.
Girl, it's the last days.
No,
Mm.
no, seriously. No,
All right,
seriously.
let's go back to this
Not
story
play that
and
video
wrap this
again.
whole thing up. So okay, so Joan seduced Goldine, and if I can somehow capture this picture so you can see what these women look like, then you will understand what Jacky was talking about. Very average women or people commanding this sort of worship.
Yeah, Joan was really her. She was a really hard looking woman.
Joan was more than hard, baby. Joan, mm-mm, nope. Even
So here's
by
the,
50s beauty standards, she was not it.
so this is the part that is kind of tricky. Did Betty tell Joan to kill Peter for her because he was supposedly beating her? Or did Joan just decide she wanted
Joan,
to kill to get
Joan
Betty back?
wanted Betty. Joan, as far as I'm able to as far as I think, Joan wanted Betty, and part because Peter made it a condition of their reconciliation, then she's like, he has to go.
Or did Betty like Joan so much she was like Joan? And then Joan just set it up whenever she set it up, found some old girl to do it.
No, I don't think so, because think about it. If Betty wanted Peter dead, she could have killed him. Because you think about in 1957, you still had rat poison that had arsenic in it. It was
Yeah, but
very,
maybe she wasn't that she wasn't able to do that. Maybe she couldn't bring herself to do it, but she
Joan
wanted it
could
done.
did it.
Because clearly Joan could have did it too, but she didn't do it.
I don't think so. I think that Joan was
I'm
really
just saying that's one of the speculations.
right, but I really think that Joan was an evil. I don't want to say evil, but I think she was, maybe she was evil.
Evil.
Because she's the common denominator between a broken marriage and a murder. She seduced both of them. On Betty and Goldine, she seduced both of them. She seduced Betty away from her husband, and she seduced Goldine into murder. And so she's in the middle. She's what's common between these two women, one committing adultery and the other committing murder. Joan wanted Betty, but she didn't want to fight for her. But she wanted, Betty wanted to go back to her husband. Because if Betty wanted him dead, then she wouldn't have went back to him. She would have stayed with Joan.
She could live a comfortable life with Peter. She would never have been able to live a comfortable life
Nope.
with Joan.
Which is
So
why
like,
she agreed.
so again, what's the point of killing him? If she's not going to be able to live a comfortable life with Joan, what's the point of killing Peter?
I'm just saying that's one of the speculations.
Because a woman in 1957, even unless Peter was really wealthy, she would have had to marry another man.
Yeah, because Joan wasn't no hardworking man.
Right. She would have had to marry another man.
She was a journalist before she became a hairdresser, so she already wasn't making that good of a
Right.
money.
She wasn't going to be, Betty was not going to be able to be independently wealthy off of a hairdresser's insurance policy.
A woman journalist too, they wasn't trying to give her no stories for real.
Right. So that's what leads me to believe that Betty didn't have anything to do with this, that it was all Joan. Joan was like, you don't have to live with him. You don't have to go back to him. I'll make it so that you don't have to do this. But I'm going to seduce her into doing it because I don't want the speculation to be on any of us. And that's why she told Goldine, don't call me, don't contact me or anything, because she didn't want it to be traced back to her. Eventually, the gun was found at Bullock's. Goldine was arrested about 2 weeks after the murder. She was very relieved.
She told everything.
Yeah, she told like a pigeon. She was relieved, like it was a burden on her. She was examined by a psychiatrist, and they said basically, that Goldine really thought she was helping a friend, and that Joan was evil for taking advantage of that. And another reason why they both had to go through psychiatric exams is because the thought process of the day was that homosexuality wasn't normal, and that you might be unfit to stand trial if you were homosexual, because of course your mind wasn't working right if you're homosexual. So they both, but they were fit to stand trial. They pled not guilty. And then they pled guilty, and they were charged with second-degree murder, and they got 5 years to life in prison. So I don't know, Goldine died in 1998.
Betty died in 99.
Yeah.
Palm Desert.
And they ain't heard nothing from old girl since she there's no trace of her after 1957.
Yeah, they don't know when she got out. There's no like official when she got out, but they're assuming that she got out around the same time that Goldine was released. So 5 years to life. With such a low threshold on the 5 years, they probably didn't do very much time at all. But I think in today's climate that, these women probably have gotten 25 to life rather than 5.
Yeah, back then they weren't trying to charge women long sentences, which I don't understand, because clearly women did crimes, but I guess
it was a thought that women were the weaker sex, and that something really had to have happened. There had to be some sort of mental breakdown in order for women to kill. Women's minds were fragile, so they were empathetic to the fragility of the female mind, when women are probably more dialectical than men are.
I was born in the wrong decade.
Well, if you was back then,
you know what kind of stuff you could have got away with in that time?
Oh my God! Did you just?
Yeah, but you would have been at home scrubbing floors with a toothbrush because you wasn't able to work, and I had a truckload of kids.
In the 50s?
Yes.
You couldn't. They couldn't even have credit cards until the 70s.
Yeah, but I could kill somebody. Nobody would have known.
Well, girl, if that's what you're looking for, you just need to be a better criminal.
I know. I've been working.
Just don't get caught.
So what, Jacky?
I've been working on it
to become a better criminal.
Just in case somebody try me.
Oh shit!
Let me get my stuff together.
Leave your
phone at home.
Yes, and take the batteries out.
Take the batteries out.
No, we're not telling you how to get away with a crime, but if you were to commit one, leave your phone at home.
Leave your phone at home.
And keep your computer on.
Yeah.
Log into something.
Don't look up the stuff you need from the computer. That's
No.
stupid.
No, don't check it out from the library either. Not under
No.
your card.
You don't even gotta take the book. Why are you taking it from the library in the damn way?
Yeah.
Just
And
read it first.
And you know what? And while you're reading it, wear gloves because they'll find your fingerprints on those pages.
Yeah. What do I cry?
Yeah. I mean, we're not telling you how to do it. We're not telling you to do it. We're saying that this is how it could be done if you were to do it.
After watching a lot of.
You already done told everybody, so you already done messed up. So you just put that in your back.
Ain't nobody about to get caught over here. Ain't nobody about to get caught.
I do a true crime show. It's my job to sit there and entertain folks
and research
my crime. My job.
So, okay, so I asked the question before, and we'll put this to the audience if anybody has who wants to answer. Do you? This is Brandy's question as well. Do you think Betty had something to do with her husband's murder? Did she put Joan up to murdering Peter, or was this all Joan's idea?
Joan.
So, if you want to, you can put that into the comments of this video, which will be on YouTube or our Instagram or Facebook at Black Coffee Crime. And for the next 2 shows, if you have any suggestions about Halloween murders or something like that, or anything to do with Halloween, or Dia de los Muertos, or Samhain, or Samhain, I'm not quite sure how you say that. I mess it up every single time. But the Druid holiday, excuse me, just let us know. We're willing to talk about it. And hopefully we didn't get into too much trouble.
Tell us what y'all had at y'all baby shower for food.
Right. Just tell us the menu, and we could tell you what your relationship status was at the time. Tell us the menu, and we can tell you if you were good with your baby daddy at the time of that baby shower. Yes. We know. Now, my baby shower was different. One, because I didn't want to have a baby shower, and it was thrown together last minute.
Of course you didn't. Of course you didn't want no damn baby shower.
So it was thrown together last. The food was good, but I mean, it didn't. It was just normal food.
Oh, you had potential to have a baby shower because your optics was right.
For mine?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A full-fledged
Okay, let's just put this out there. This is the reason why Brandy said this. I was barely out of my teens. Baby daddy was Mexican. We hated each other, so we were not together. Fighting with my family at the time because I got pregnant in the first place. What else was it? Baby daddy was also best friends with my cousin. I was in love with another dude at the time. Who happened to be my baby daddy's nemesis. I had the potential to have an absolute blowout baby shower, but I didn't want the drama. So we just had very average food. And that was it. So yeah, but we could have had goat in the ground, barbecue. We could have had all of that. But
a turkey.
I wasn't
turkey, ham, and some brisket.
Yeah, I was not with the shits. I did not want the pomp and circumstance.
You had fountain that flowed potato salad.
Yeah, I didn't even want people to know. I didn't want people to touch me when I was pregnant. I didn't want you to know I was pregnant. No.
You messed it up. I would have came home from college for that.
Well, the next time I have a baby, then we'll have a boy.
Yay!
That's once I figured out you're pregnant because you tried to send me an old cryptic letter that I had to try to decipher to to figure out that she was pregnant.
Well, you did.
Talking about the rabbits and
the rabbit died. That's what I said.
Yes. I was like, what the hell letter is this? I had to read it twice.
Everybody knows what the rabbit died.
Who?
The rabbit died. They used to have a rabbit test. Back in the day, it was something about they test lab in labs, and if the rabbit died, you were something like that. So when you say you're pregnant, say the rabbit died. So yeah, there's that. All right, so before we go, I said look at your face, Jacky. Just look it up, okay? Just Google it. Before we go, I'm gonna give a shameless plug to
We love a plug.
about this t-shirt. I wore this before. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me get back a little bit.
Here it goes.
There it goes. Oh, there it went. Okay. So you can see that part. So young designer, college student, Lit Times Love. He is on Instagram. And you can go underscore love, LOVEXLIVE. So again, Instagram underscore LOVEXLIVE. T-shirt, graphic t-shirts, long tees, short tees, hoodies, and sweatshirts, different designs. So go place your order. He actually has like, you can make payments on the sweatshirts.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. So you can make payments. It's fall time. The weather is getting cold. The temperature is dropping. The wind is starting to blow. So you definitely need some sweatshirts. You can make 4 payments on your order. So go ahead to get you a shirt. Also, you can go online to lovexlive.net. Again, lovexlive.net / to get you some stuff. So either Instagram or go straight to the website and go ahead and order you some stuff. All right. All right. Oh, that is also an unsolicited, unpaid ad. Even I paid for this shirt. Pay for this. Okay. So, and I'm gonna pay for another one. So as soon as I get my new one, I'll wear that one too. All right. So we are going to end that episode. We talked a lot about the LGBT community. I'm quite sure we'll get some nasty comments.
Towards you.
Yeah, they coming for me. It's my opinion, y'all. It's my opinion. My opinion should not change your life. If this is what you believe, and if you as a person, whatever kind of person you are, whoever you are, if your sense of self is shaken by the opinion of somebody who does not know you and who is not calling you out by name, then you're really not that sure of yourself in the first place. So I ain't got nothing to do with your insecurities. I'm just giving my opinion. And if the difference from yours, that's fine. I don't know you, you don't know me. So I'm not talking to you. So there's that. All right, but
and dating is ghetto.
whoever made that up, your mama's fault.
You got somebody, don't be stupid. Just stay. You're not gonna find nothing. You're not gonna find nothing out here. It's trash. It's trash. The dating pool is contaminated with pollution and trash. Okay, pollution, trash, dye, anything you can think of that is the worst thing possible. It's polluted in the dating pool, so don't go in it. Okay, just stay.
Wow. So basically, to translate Jacky's rant, that if you have somebody, stay with them no matter what, because if you have to get back out there in the dating pool, it sucks ass. And having recently gotten out of the dating pool, I totally agree.
Yeah, just do right by the person that you're with. Love on them, have a good time, take them on, just travel the world and just live carefree.
Just travel around the corners, that's all you can
gusty
afford.
Ass
but
dating pool.
Yeah, it's nasty. I just recently showered and gotten the stuff off.
Yes, and I remember telling my friend at that time, like, you guys gonna have me.
We're gonna work on this, Jacky. You know what? You know what we're not gonna do? We're not gonna work on it because you know what? I didn't work on it. I happened to go into a store to get some gas.
BW, if she get pregnant, her baby food ain't gonna that child food ain't gonna be good. Y'all said if it's a good relationship, ain't gonna be no good food.
Yeah, but she old as hell.
Right, but if you old as hell and it's been 18 years, more than 18 years since you've had a child, and your other child, then that means that your food is you about to have macaroni and cheese, green.
Not a baby shower, it's just a cookout party.
It's just a cookout.
Oh, okay.
It's just a cookout. And And
I mean,
I
I don't
rebuke,
want her to have nobody locked up, but that
I
would
rebuke the
prepare to
demon
get
that says that I'm gonna get pregnant anyway. I rebuke the
man,
demon.
you gonna get
Your
pregnant.
tube set?
Girl, they gone.
They tied?
No, they're not tied. They're gone. They're off. I have
You
no.
took them out?
They've been removed.
You had hysterectomy?
No, I didn't have a hysterectomy. I just have
No,
a
I
Why
had
were they
hysterectomy.
removed?
because I wanted to be sure.
How'd you get them removed?
The doctor coded it in such a fashion that she said that I needed it.
Yeah,
So
and
basically, if you have your tubes removed, in my situation, had they stayed, she said that I had the potential for them to uh, be cancerous later on,
Okay.
because I had some previous cervical cancer issues. So she said she was going to take them out to prevent that, to help prevent that from happening. So she coded it to say it's medically necessary, not that we tie them, but that they are removed.
Well, there goes that.
Jackie, all that means is her baby daddy just got to pitch it a little different so it can just fly on.
Okay.
You know, he just got
Okay.
pitched a little different.
Let me tell you, Randy, I dropped all the kids off on this bus. All the kids gotta go.
It's one step. There's always
All these kids got to go. We walked the bus. We cleaned up under the seat. All of that. There ain't no kids on this bus.
Well, kids I look after, they just fall off the bus. I just keep it pushing.
hysterectomy. We all coming up.
It just fall right off. It's just like, phew.
Somebody got to get pregnant, man.
So we have baby shower food.
Yeah.
You know how good it is fall time too, so it's all comfort.
Ooh. Sounds so good.
We should just have a baby shower with no babies.
When I come down there, we gonna have
When you
baby
come here, we are
Yeah.
going to have a baby shower. We're going to have a non-baby shower. Thanks, sweet baby Jesus. We ain't have a baby shower. And we're gonna have baby shower food.
a non-baby shower.
A non-baby shower.
Ain't no
No.
baby shower.
Ain't no baby
Man.
shower. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we should market that. Have throwing parties that says ain't no baby shower.
Who's gonna cook all the food?
Brandon, you gotta contribute something.
I'm gonna contribute my presents from my ain't no baby shower.
I bet that
Who's the present for?
you ain't gonna eat.
Drink.
No, she just gonna show up.
It's my ain't no baby shower y'all throwing for me.
I'm getting up. Get off my phone.
Oh, for us coming to visit us. We throwing her the ain't baby shower.
Ready to swap.
Miss Pearl says she gonna cook.
Well,
We gotta get our menu together for when Brand gets married anyway.
We're not gonna bring that into this show. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for this long rant tirade about things that we didn't even discuss during the show. So we will be back next week. But in
Jacky
the
gonna bake the
meantime,
cake.
you can go back and look at our previous episodes on YouTube. Visit us on Facebook.
Bring the
Grab
sandwiches.
at Black Coffee Crime. We'll see you
The
guys.
Hawaiian rolls. Nobody? No, nobody bring the Hawaiian rolls.
Ooh, and we gonna make we gotta bring the drink since ain't no baby. We can bring some drink.
Gang.
At the good baby showers, everybody else drink anyway,
Y'all
except
still
for,
talking about that.
except for the mother. We gotta get our menu right, Brand.
Everything. We're thinking.
Brand gonna make some oxtail.
We're thinking.